like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, y'all, I'm back with another flashback. This video features Tori, aka Joy. Guys, I am still working on re-uploading all of my content back onto YouTube, adding my commentary so that I can meet the YouTube guidelines. This is why you guys are seeing so many flashbacks from my channel, but I can assure you that I'm staying on top of everything happening with Carbonation. Guys, please be sure to drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. All right, now let's get into this video.
All these hand emojis are so funny to me. What's up? What's up, y'all? Alright, so we're just gonna wait for him to come in the room and we can get it started. I'm ready when you're ready. Let's go. Shape butter, baby. Dude, can I go back to my DMs while I'm on here, or I can't? Can I not do that? Let me see. Oh, shit. It's high-waist jeans. They're not down all the way. Thanks. Thanks. What's up, y'all? It's trying to be an interview. I'll answer questions in the meantime. How do you feel about the song New Made For You? I said it yesterday. At first, I was like, my initial reaction was like, I was mad. I was pissed, actually. I was pissed. I was like, you making a fucking song? Are you serious? Because I'm like, why are you making a song? And you haven't reached out. You haven't done shit. You haven't even, when it was your time to see your daughter, you weren't there. All right, he's in the room, so let's get it started. But yeah, about it.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
What's up?
How you doing, sweetheart?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm all right. First and foremost, I want to say thank you very much for allowing me to come on your platform and allotting me the time to even speak with you.
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
I'm very thankful for that. Second, I want to say congratulations on you and that beautiful child that you have. I want to start off by saying I'm not going to come on here and ask you no dumb, retarded ass questions like people do.
All right.
You're a mother now. Mental health is very important.
Yeah.
I know, if anybody know, psychologically how draining this is dealing with those people. So I'm not trying to stir the pot. I don't want nobody thinking I'm trying to breathe life back into arguing with this nigga on the internet. My purpose for this interview so that Joy knows and so that the people know.
You can call me Tori. I'm going to go by Tori. I go by Tori.
Okay. Tori. So that Tori knows and that the people know. I want to bring awareness of how certain cult leaders move so that family members can gain some kind of notice if they family or a family member is going to join a cult. For example, I'll give you a little bit of personal insight into my life. I have family members who have been gone off the grid a year and a half. Nobody's heard of them because they joined cults. And so Nature Boy is not the only he's not the only person that does shit like this.
Right.
So, like I said, my means for this interview is do not get to trolling this woman. Do not get to leave this woman alone. Let her be a mother. Let her detox herself mentally from y'all. Let this woman raise her kid. Do not get to fucking with this woman again, please. And so
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm not here for that. And so I appreciate you doing this interview with me because this is not, like I said, I already know the toll it takes dealing with them niggas over there. Them is some crazy niggas. But conducting this, before I start this interview, if there's anything you want to say to me, you're welcome to say it. You don't have to
tip me. No, I just want to say thank you for reaching out. You know, I definitely wanted to spread awareness. That was the reason I spoke out in the first place. Because normally, I'm quiet about the way I move. I just I want to leave in peace. I don't want to cause a ruckus. But at this point, I feel like you said, you notice how cult leaders are preying on people, and that is something I definitely see in Carbonation. So I wanted to bring awareness about what actually happens in the group and what's going on there. And if you're thinking about going, think twice, because if you're getting a bad vibe from it, trust your intuition. Because I had a bad vibe before I even went, and then I started hearing the false allegations, and I was like, oh, they just attacking him, and I dismissed it.
Right. If you don't mind, right, so that people, because I'm gonna show you what I got, so you know I don't just want to back. I got a couple questions written down, so that you know. Some of these I may skip. Yeah, some of these I may skip because they might not even be relevant, or you may, you know, as we engage, you may answer them. I'm gonna try to get through this as fast as possible because, like I said, you're a mother. I don't want to hold you up too long, and you know what I'm saying, I want to be as cordial, and I'm on your time, so I'm not.
No worries, let's get it. No worries, let's get it. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. So first, I'm gonna ask you, how did you first come into, and some of y'all might have heard this already, but I have to do it in this way for people that may have never heard of this nigga, or you got an audience that may be up in age and they not social media savvy like us, so they need to become aware of how their loved ones can be contacted or, you know, discover cults such as this one. So how did you first become aware of Nature Boy and his, we just gonna say his movement, his cult, and what was it like? What was the process like becoming, you know, becoming a part of that sect? Was it a grooming process? What was it?
I wouldn't say there was a grooming process at all. I found Carbonation literally, I feel like I had an awakening, and then literally I found Chief on YouTube. And once I found him, I just started watching his videos, and I found out that he was actually a group. It was a group of people. I thought it was just him. And I found out it was a group. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're living into a nature. Like, this is beautiful. This is amazing. Like, they're talking about grounding. They're talking about, you know, this, that, and the third. And I thought that it was beautiful. I wanted to be a part of it. And then literally that week that I found Carbonation, they posted videos on how to join Carbonation. And they talked about going into isolation, removing anything from your life that doesn't fit the frequency. And that's exactly what I did. I cut out everything, and I went into isolation. I was living in the woods in a tent. Like I took it to a whole nother. I took it there because I.
Now, I don't think Tori, aka Joy, is being completely honest here, because everybody has to do that before joining Carbonation. It's a requirement for each cult member to put themselves in isolation and study only Lehio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three Gods Information. Y'all, part of my background, I'm on the go doing my editing.
To a whole nother. I took it there because I was like, this is real life. This is true. This is what I want to do in my life. Let's do it.
Right.
And then I would say he messaged me. I would say a month with me being in isolation, he messaged me. I actually never reached out to him. He said that I actually just popped up on his timeline, and he messaged me. He was just like, "Are you ready to join?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then we set up a flight. He asked, "Who did I want to marry? Who did I want to be his?" He didn't come out and say, "Do I want to be his wife?" He asked me, "Who did I want to be with?" And I was like, I wasn't really looking at any of the other people. I thought it was just you. So I was coming there to be your wife." And he was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm listening."
Yeah. So, just so that we have an understanding. So you never even, like, you ain't even shoot your shot, basically. This nigga just basically asked you what's happening.
Yeah, he was just like, "Okay, who do you want to be with?"
Right, I hear you. I'm just asking these questions so people can know, especially women, because I stress this all the time and nobody listens to me, especially black women. Y'all are like the ideal target in society, and it's sad to say this, but because not that nobody cares, but the justice system does not care. If Nature Boy was sliding in white women DMs and he had a coat, that nigga would be gone. He would be out of here. And so,
yeah, definitely.
I don't want to ask you questions that might make you kind of uncomfortable, but for black women, especially you youthful, you vibrant, you not, and nothing wrong with my elder queen, but I'm speaking to the younger black, you youthful, you vibrant, you got a lot of life in you. This is what niggas do. And so by me asking you these questions, even though they might make you feel uncomfortable, I want other women to hear this, because it might be a nigga in their DM just shooting his shot. And so at least if they say, okay, this is the process that Tory went through interacting with him, then it may be familiar with them, but you could continue on.
So I was like, I want to be your wife. You know, we were been taught. He had been giving lies about polygamy literally all week before he messaged me. So I'm thinking I'm walking into a polygamous relationship. Nana, Velvet was his wife at the time. Well, was his wife at the time, and she, you know, she didn't really say much to me about it. I didn't talk to him much before. I was really nervous. I didn't really know what was going on. I was just like, oh shit, like I'm joining Carbonation, like I'm excited, yeah, I'm in there, I'm on the frequency, bitch, like I'm super excited. And I get there and it's a whole nother story. Like the vibes were completely off. Shit was like, you could tell like she wasn't okay with it, and I'm taken back by this, because I'm like, you just invited me into a relationship where I'm thinking all parties are equally okay with being polygamous. And then I could tell that he was trying to turn her against me. He was trying to turn me against her. And then the process began of him trying to break me down. He actually got wine that night. And, you know, and that was something that he would actually do with new members. He'll get you wine, he'll get you relaxed, get you, you know, turn up with the people. But then immediately after that, he starts his breaking process, that breakdown happens. And he started asking me questions about my past. You know, I'm open. I was open about it. But then he started twisting parts of my own story. And I was like, no, that's not it. That's not what happened. And then he started like literally grilling me, calling me a liar, like literally going in on me, to the point like this went on all night. To the point where I was crawled up in a ball crying, like bawling my eyes out, that I just wanted it to end. So at that point, I finally just gave in and just kind of just went with anything that he said.
Right.
I was like, yeah, you're right. I was lying about everything. You're right. And he left me alone. Well,
right. So what was he saying? What was he accusing you of lying about, to the point where he had to psychologically put pressure on you for fucking hours and
everything. He asked me if I was bisexual. I was like, yes, I'm openly bisexual. I like women and men. And he's like, okay, which do you like more? I'm like, okay, I like them equally. I don't really have a preference. He told me I'm lying about that. He said, do you like me or her better? Meaning him or Velvet better. I was like, right now I like her better because of the way you treated me. And he's just like, that's a lie. You like me better. So then he started grilling me on that.
You heard the narcissist inside of him with that.
Yeah. So he grilled me on that, called me a liar with on that for like a good hour. That was a good hour. And then until I finally was like, okay, no, I like you better. You're right. I lied. I like you better. And then he started getting into her head immediately after that. Was like, you see, she lied to you. How does that make you feel? And then she started, you know, playing into the game too, because she, you know, she wasn't really okay with polygamy anyway. And yeah.
Okay. Listen, that's a beautiful intro. I want to ask you, if not you specifically, have you ever seen Nature Boy suggest that people either not inform or not fully inform their friends, family, or loved ones, whoever that may be, about them joining Carbonation? Have you ever seen him suggest, if not to you, anyone, not to tell their family they coming over there?
Yeah. All the time. Not me. I was very open with my family about me leaving. I kind of told them everything. But like Zoka, for example, she told her not to tell her family, especially since there was a blowout with that. It was numerous members that he told them not to speak to their family about leaving, because he didn't want them to be prevented from joining.
Right.
So, yeah.
And so the reason I asked you that question, like I said, is because I want people to know the signs. So if there's a guy on the internet, okay, who is telling you to come join his organization, cult, whatever it may be, the moment that they tell you not to inform the people in your life that may care about you, It is so that they can isolate you and have their way with you. Now, this is important. This is important because not only is this dangerous, he's a low-level being, but you got human trafficking going on out here. So this is for young women to be aware. The internet is a dangerous place, and don't think because people get on here and become some magical butterfly-looking entity that they're not really a devil in the midst. And so, like I said, I'm going to conduct this interview in a way to where this is just how we can see the signs of somebody that has your worst interest at hand without it seeming like I'm doing any personal attacks or trying to revive internet.
Right. I'm glad you actually said that. I'm glad you actually spoke on that because, like he said, if they tell you not to tell your family, that's a huge red flag. If they're telling you to abandon your family or that your family does not care about you, that is also a huge red flag, and that is something that you see playing out at Carbonation as well. They make you feel like your family does not care about you. They don't understand you. Let's just say they'll feed you the lies that your family does not understand you.
That's right.
To leave your children behind, that they're attachments. Your family have now become attachments. That lie plays in with Carbonation. Those are red flags.
Okay. Now, if my questions come out of order, I apologize for that, but I'm going to just get to asking some questions.
No, don't trip.
Now, I want to ask you, and I don't just want to say, why don't the members of the cult speak out? So I'm going to ask you it in this way, if this makes sense. And then I can re-prepare the question if you need me to. Do you feel that Nature Boy shames his members into not speaking out on his misdeeds by incorporating them? Like, for example, when people leave from over there or while people are over there, do you feel that people don't speak out about what he's doing because they feel guilty because they've been involved in it at once upon a time?
I feel like that plays a huge factor in them not speaking up. I feel like also because they trusted him. They look at him as chief, as their higher self. So they see him as the spiritual guru. So a lot of people are open to him about their traumas, things that they've went through and experienced in life, and they may be embarrassed about it. They may be embarrassed that he may go online and talk about these experiences that they've opened up to him and shared about. And also, Carbonation has a lot of they have a bad reputation. There's a bad reputation about it. So a lot of times after they leave, they want to distance themselves completely from it instead of speaking out about it.
Right. Okay. Let me check that off. What are some of the things that Nature Boy has involved some of his members in that you feel that they wouldn't particularly want, that they would be embarrassed about, but that you feel that somebody should have spoke up on?
Do you mean like things that like he would have created or like had them do?
Just like for example, right? And I wanted to wait till I got down here, but I'm gonna just ask you. Things like, have you seen, or like, I want to ask, because after I got it dug into him, I got off the way once I felt I did my job. I believe it was you in a video, if I'm not mistaken, and you were saying that, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, if it wasn't you can correct me. I believe it was you saying that at one point in time, Nubian raped you or something. It's like a recording somebody got up, and if that's, if you don't want to relive that, we don't got to relive that. But if it wasn't you, it was definitely a woman saying that, somebody over there sexually forced themselves on the woman. I believe it was Nubian. I believe the video was on either Don't Turn Me Petty page or Grand page. But if it wasn't you, I just want to ask, have you seen, or have you had anything that would indicate that women are being, made sexually vulnerable or abused over there in some type of way?
I don't really want to particularly speak about the video.
Not a problem. Right back.
I don't really, but I will say that if Chief does say something and it's misconstrued by the members, then they will act on it. Now, let's say, for example, he's talking about he's giving a lesson today on how the black man should be able to hit his woman, and that if he feels like his woman is getting out of line, he should be able to put hands on her. Literally, if a member feels that way later on after getting this programming from him, and they feel that way, they will, you know, take heed to that information that they just received.
So it's not to cut you off, but tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm kind of right. So it's kind of like when Donald Trump was making suggestions that people should start punching people at the rallies, and then people start getting punched at the rallies.
Exactly.
Okay, I feel you. So basically, that one day, hypothetically speaking, not saying he said it, but this nigga might just be like, you should, if your woman get out of line, you should do. And next thing you know, niggas.
And like even he'll even like target, like in one scenario with this same example, he was like, Tori, she's a different kind of woman. You gotta put hands on her. You get what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. If you haven't picked up your copy of Greatness is a Habit, authored by Aaron Dixon, otherwise known as True. Many of you know him as True. He is an ex-Carbonation member, and he's authored this amazing read. If you are interested in self-development and growth, this book is a good one for you. It's available on Apple Books for $1, guys. I got my copy, and I love this book.
So it's like...
oh, wow, okay.
You get what I'm saying? So it's... yeah.
He'll try to put the target on you.
Yeah.
And basically put the target. That's crazy. But continuing on.
I would say what else would be another example would be just him putting people into relationships that they don't want to be in. For example, that initially, I felt that when I first got there too. This is what I want to say. I was ignoring all the red flags that I felt. My first night there, I noticed that he kept bringing the other men around me, but I'm supposed to be his wife. But I it just felt weird. And mind you, I didn't know much about carbonation, but like I noticed that he kept doing it, but I noticed that he was watching me and watching them, and it just gave me a really weird vibe. So
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at him because he's a weirdo.
No, but like once the men finally left the room after like the 5th time, I looked at him and I was just like, "Are you trying to like pass me off to one of the other dudes?" And he was just like, "Oh no, like I would never do that to you. Like no, just relax." Because now I'm really paranoid. I'm like, you know, I just went through this breakdown. You doing this? I'm like, it's a lot of weird energy moving around. I didn't like it, so I asked him that. And he's like, no, I would never do that to you. And then, but yeah. So fast forward, he puts people in relationships that they don't want to be in. Me, Aya, every other woman there, he's placed them into their relationships that they're in now. I would say the only person that's went willingly into a relationship was Sheba. But then the back and forth with him and True, that was a lot of him.
Right.
That was a lot of him. She didn't really want to be with True after being with True. She wanted to be with him. Have any women to your knowledge ever vocally expressed that they don't want to be in one of his suggested relationships? What was the question? Have any women to your knowledge, whether it be you or any woman over there, ever vocally expressed that they don't want to be with somebody that he's trying to match? Yes, it's expressed all the time. It's not like the women go over there silently. They like, oh no, I don't want to do that. He will threaten you to leave. You got to figure it out. A lot of people are there being taken care of. They're being taken care of for the most part. So they didn't receive it back home, so they'll just go along with it because they don't want to leave. Or this is the first place that's accepted them, so they just kind of go along. They go with the flow, like, okay, I don't want to leave, so I'll stay here. So he's literally threatened Aya. He's threatened Tron. He's threatened Efaru. He's threatened damn near everyone there. If you don't go into that relationship, you have to get the fuck out. Wow. Or he'll be like for example with Aya and Tron, like, you know, once he gets his rocks off with her, he'll go to Tron behind the scenes and be like, I don't want her. I really don't want her. Like, can you just take her off my hands? Like, just, and Tron's like, nah, I don't want to do that. But he's like, you got to get the fuck out. If you don't, I'm your chief. Wow. So it's a sex cult, like I've been saying. And that is a form, and I'm not saying you said it, I'm going to say it. That is a form of sexual abuse. I don't care what nobody's talking about. That is a form of sexual abuse. And I want to say this before we continue, right? Mm-hmm. To a lot of y'all that's watching, this is entertainment to y'all. This is not entertainment. This is real life. And it's sad that it's entertainment to y'all
because black women are the ones being subjugated. Because, and I'm going to say this, when that white woman went over there from Canada, damn near the whole Canada brought their ass over there to get her. But you got women that's black being sexually abused so that a narcissist could get his rocks off. The nigga already, I got him to admit to me he was mentally ill. He was in a damn mental health institute. And this is entertainment to y'all because it's our women. And so the reason I'm doing this interview is not for entertainment, but for young women who may be watching this nigga to some way stumble across this interview and say, I'm not taking my ass over there. And with that being said, continuing on, you brought up Efaru, I believe her name was. Mm-hmm. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that she became his woman at one point in time, and then she just wasn't his woman for whatever his reason. Now, if I'm not mistaken, she was pregnant. And there were rumors on the internet that he beat the baby out of her, that he made her have an abortion, and, you know, things like that. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, he didn't abuse her, but if I'm not mistaken, I'll move that. Thank you. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if he made her take something or how did she have an abortion, but my thing is, here's what I'm going to before you answer that. Did he convince her that he really wanted to be with her? Because this is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
If he had sex with her and he talks about nature, why would this woman do something unnatural, like taking some form of medication to have an abortion, if she's pregnant by a man that she truly believes she's going to be with? So how did that happen? Like, because if we're talking about manipulation or using people, this is just bread and butter. Because you don't get some, like, I'm not using you, I'm not sexualizing you. I'm just saying, if I tell you, okay, Tori, you my queen, I want to be with you, wop, and then you get pregnant and I tell you get an abortion, that apparently shows I was lying about everything I said.
Yeah, that wasn't the first time. You know, he's taking her on as a wife as well as all the other women there on as wives with that same game. Like, oh, I want you are all my wives. I want to be with you. I didn't want to be with you before because Eliana was here, so I couldn't treat you the way that I really wanted to treat you. You know, he feeds them that those lies. Then he tells them he really wants to be with them. Then they go as his wives. And then within, I would say, a week or two, they're back with the other men. So, yeah, he fed her a story, and then she went back with him. I don't know if the baby was his or Caliber's at this point. But the taking of the pills, that was coercion on his behalf. Okay, so he had her take some pills to abort a child that might have been another man's child. So now this leads me to ask, did Caliber at least say, hey, that might be my kid, I might want to raise my kid? Or did Nature Boy just say Caliber was not a part of Carbonation at this time. Well, he's probably still a part of Carbonation, but he wasn't physically there. They were in California at the time that she took these pills. So, no, I don't know if he was able to even speak out. And my last question before we get off this subject is, do you know if, and I might be saying her name wrong, Efaru, do you know if she ever told Nature Boy that she wanted to keep the baby, that she didn't want to keep the pills? I mean, that she didn't want to take the pills? I wasn't there. I spoke I spoke with someone that was actually there. She didn't want to take the pills, is what I was told, that she was really contemplating on not doing it. And as soon as my source left and she came back, she had taken the pills. Okay. So that just go. Yeah, I'm going to get off that subject. I know that might be sensitive. I'm going to get off it, but I'm going to just end here before I ask my next question and say, that's not nature, y'all. So nobody takes prescription pills to have abortions in nature, okay? But
that's a damn shame that she took those pills and aborted her child on an order, I'm sure, from Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. 3 God. Y'all, part of my background, I'm at the grocery store doing my edits.
Have abortions in nature, okay? But, and that's a shame. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying Tori said anything. I'm saying it. If a woman... I do want to say something before we get off this topic, as well. I want to say that, I don't want to say that she didn't unwillingly take those pills. I want to say that. Right. I feel like that was her decision to take the pills. Just personally interacting with her, she knew what she was doing.
before she even took the pills, before she even went with Chief, we knew that she was pregnant. He said, "You're gonna miscarry your child, and you're gonna be with me." And she said, "Okay." She didn't have any argument about it. So after time passed, she takes the pills. So that's what it is.
Right.
That's the end of that.
That's right. Excuse me if I take 2 seconds. I only want to ask you relevant questions. I don't want to ask you no bull crap, so I'm skipping through. Okay. Cutting your hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I'm not saying, listen, you're a beautiful woman. Please do not take what I'm about to say.
No worries. Go ahead.
Right, but if I'm not mistaken, your hair was longer than the length it is now.
Yeah.
Right. And I know you're not the only one to cut your hair.
I did. Okay, so ask the question and then I'll clean it up.
Is Nature Boy forcing people to cut their hair so that he can try to kill your self-esteem?
Okay. I actually do want to speak on that. He cut his hair. He did actually cut his hair for Eliana. After she cut off her hair, she was like in a really sunken, dark place.
Mm-hmm. Before you continue, let me ask you. When Nature Boy took Eliana in that room, and we all heard them in that room having the episode, did Nature Boy forcefully cut that woman's hair off?
No, she cut her own hair off. She ran.
Okay.
After the fight, she ran. She went upstairs, chopped her hair off. She had already had lice, so I feel like that was one of the pushing factors to she was just fed up at this point. She's pissed off. She's dealing with him. Her head's fucking itching. She probably still got lice, so she just chopped her shit off. But no, he didn't cut her hair off. She cut her own hair off. He did cut his hair off in honor of her. He presented it to everyone. He called a meeting. She was in the room sleeping. And he was just like, "I want to cut my hair off for her, to support her." And we were all like, "Yeah, that's beautiful. You should do that." And he was like, "Yes." And I think everyone should do it. And, some of us were like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." And then, there were a few that were like, "Nah, I've been growing a lot. I don't want to cut my hair." But, he was just like, "If you don't cut your hair off, you might as well fucking leave because you ain't rocking with us." So that happened. And I would say to lower the self-esteem thing, I would say, he claims that he was a barber, and I would notice, when he would cut my hair, I actually had him stop cutting my hair, that he would always cut my hair shorter than what I wanted it. I have a big-ass head. And I didn't like it on me. He would always cut my hair off. I feel like he would do it to Mama Sheba a lot. I feel like he would butcher her haircuts a lot of the time to keep her in a lower state of mind. Anytime he cuts her hair, he fucks her hair up. He fucks her up and makes it shorter than what it's supposed to be.
Do y'all remember when the Lee Hill Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. 3 God, cut their hair? He did butcher their hair. Sheba and Aya. They looked crazy. And Ra. He fucking pushed Ra's hairline back. I think he really did that on purpose.
Mine. Anytime he cuts her hair, he fucks her hair up. He fucks her up and makes it shorter than what it's supposed to be. He shapes it up like a man's haircut. Versus if he cuts Pluto Eferu's hair or one of the other females, his wives' hair, it's more feminine. It's more detailed. It looks better.
Right.
So I think he does do that.
Right. That's ridiculous. Next question is, do you feel Nature Boy genuinely cares about his members of his cult, or is he just using them for his own personal satisfaction?
I don't want to say okay. Because I feel like people can care from their capacity. I feel like he cares to a certain extent. Like it's more if it's fulfilling me, if it's taking care of me, if you're doing what I do, then I care to have you here. But I feel like if you weren't benefiting him in any way, he would not care. If you were there or not, he talks about the members behind their backs. I truly don't. I personally, I don't feel like he cares. No, just seeing the way his actions, how he talks about the members there, how he treats them, I don't feel like he truly cares.
Okay. This is going. Before we continue, are you comfortable? Do you feel I'm out of pocket? Is it going?
No, you're good. You're good.
All right.
You're good.
I'm a genuine. I go hard on this internet, but I'm not an asshole. I promise. What are some what are some of the biggest things Nature Boy has lied about to, I ain't gonna say me, but us? What are some of the things that you feel Nature Boy has lied about that you think maybe people should know?
That's something I have to think about. I feel like he always tells lies. I feel like even if it's just a lie in the moment and then he'll come back and tell the truth, but I feel like he always lies. It might even be a little lie. I would say the one major lie, the first time, I can't even say the first time. I would say the first lie that really struck me was when, actually, it was when you were going in on him about the porn video. And he was telling everybody at Carbonation, that's not me. That ain't me. It's not me. And then when it came out that it was actually him, then, you know, that I feel like that was the first major lie. Like I said, he tells lies all the time. There's so many I can't really like pinpoint just one. He's lied to me. Let me think about some of the lies he's told me. You little hungry baby. A lot. I can't. It's a lot.
So before y'all went over there, he never told y'all that he was a gay stripper and that he was having sex with men and trannies.
No, we didn't know that until actually you did your live and exposed him about that. Yeah.
Right. Now this is a little sub question. Why y'all didn't listen to me?
I felt like you should. I felt like it was wrong to judge him just because, you know, okay, you did porn in your past, all right? You did porn. You trying to do the right thing now. Okay, cool. You're trying to do the right thing. So we kind of played it off like that. We wanted to support him. You know, I was like, oh man, his business out there. He don't. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess I can understand that. Since we on this subject, I'm gonna get on it and I'm gonna get off it now. Mm-hmm. Now, you've also heard some crazy things from some of them niggas over there. Almost every nigga over there has either openly claimed to be homosexual or has told some kind of homosexual or rapist type story. So I gotta just ask now. I seen a video on Grand page of some woman, I don't know who it was, saying that every man over there has sex with Nature Boy except for True. And so I don't know if you know, but have you heard that this to be true? And if not, has any other of the men over there given you any indication that they might be messing with Nature Boy?
I can say that honestly, I didn't know if that did happen. I could say that it could be a possibility, but I personally didn't see anything. I did feel like there could have been something that happened in the past, like maybe like they did have interactions with him just because of their fascination with him. The way that they're like really what's the word I'm looking for? Their infatuation with him.
Right.
Pretty much. That I thought like, okay, maybe something went down because you saying just the thing that they go with. But I personally have not seen any homosexual behavior with Chief Eligio and any other members.
All right, now just so that you don't think I made that up, I'm gonna just play the video right here.
No, play it because I have not seen this. Who is the woman?
This is a woman. This is a woman, and this video is on Who Dat Grand page, so you. Who
is the woman speaking?
I don't know who this is. You know who this is?
No, I have no idea who that is.
Okay, I'm going to play it, and somebody asked her, have any of the men slept with Nature Boy? And she said everybody did except for True. So here, I'm going to play it now.
They want to know, do you know about him sleeping with any of the men? He slept with all of them.
Did you hear that?
I heard that he slept with all of them.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll DM you this video, and then you can
hold on 1 second.
Go ahead. No, take your time. Take your time. Go ahead. Handle your business. Okay. Somebody in the comments said that's Raquel. See? Now, who is Raquel? Because y'all know I got off the... You know what I mean? Who is Raquel? You know what I mean? But I knew it. I knew they was over there a little bit flam-diddity. I knew it was a little flam-diddity over there. I can see the flam-diddity.
They're all open about their sexuality, you know. Spice is openly bisexual. Caliber is openly bisexual.
So as a woman, right, Tori?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, I don't know, because homosexuality is so normal and girls just got gay. I mean, you know, people just got gay best friends. Maybe you didn't. But nothing, and before I get back to these questions, nothing went off in your mind like, hey, this guy is purposely surrounding himself around homosexual men. Maybe he might be a little gay. Nothing never, yeah. Nothing never, you know what I mean?
None of the other men were open about being gay. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, 2 out of 6 of the men are gay. He not really around a bunch of the other gay men. But then once you're around the other men, you see the femininity coming out of the other men, and you're like, okay. But like I said, when I first got there, a lot of the stuff that I felt while I was there, my first night there, my first night there, I wanted to leave. Like I said, I was feeling a lot of weird energy. I didn't like it. And he actually asked me, he was like, why do you want to leave? Do you think it's because I'm gay? And I was like, no, I actually didn't think he was gay. I actually thought that he was a transgender. I thought that he wanted to be transgender. Like, that was just like the energy that I was picking up from him. I'm telling you, I didn't know anything about the gay porn, him liking transgender women. This was just like literally the energy that I picked up from him. And he just smiled. And I was just like, oh. I mean, I was like, it's okay if you like that kind of stuff, but like, it's not for me. I don't.
Right. It ain't for me. I fully understand. Okay, let me cross that off. Okay, let me ask you another question, right? Now, this is going to be a funny question, but I have to ask this question.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
What are the living conditions with Carbon Nation? What is hygiene like in Carbon Nation?
What is hygiene like? The women are very clean. They clean themselves. The women are very clean. Some of the men are very clean. I would say, sometimes you got to stay on some of the men about their hygiene. Like, okay, brush your fucking teeth. It's time to brush your teeth. Like, we in nature, but still got to wash your ass. But I would say everybody's pretty clean for the most part. But like, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I understand where we're going. I'm trying so hard not to laugh. I'm telling you right now, I'm trying. Has Nature Boy ever stopped any of the members from leaving? Whether it be Velvet or any other member, has Nature Boy ever stopped anyone from leaving?
Always. When you present to him that you want to leave, there will always be long, drawn out meetings about why you shouldn't leave and why you would go to hell if you left and why you're wrong for leaving. And he always would try and prevent you from leaving. But he says it's...
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
He justifies that by saying he has to make sure that he did the right thing in the moment by ensuring that you knew that you were doing the wrong thing. That's his job, to make sure you know you're doing the wrong thing before you go.
Okay. Has Nature Boy ever tried to physically stop anyone from leaving?
Physically, no. I would say I don't know. Okay. Because no, he hasn't like physically grabbed anyone up. I would say other than his wife, Velvet.
Right.
But then he eventually always lets her go. If she wants to, like, eventually he'll stop and then he'll let her walk off. You know what I mean? It's not like he's holding her hostage.
Right. As far as the abuse goes, because I've played videos of Nature Boy saying that he put his hands on the women and the men over there. Mm. Have you seen Nature Boy put his hands on any of the men or the women over there? If so, who? And then after you ask that question, I'll let you answer that, and then I'll ask my next question pertaining to the men over there.
All right, y'all. Go on ahead and drop me a comment. Smash the heck out of that like button and share. Thank you guys in advance.
Okay. No, I haven't seen him physically hit any of the men. It's just more of like he'll get in your face, like be like really close to your face, like nigga, like what's good, like
trying to intimidate you.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. That will go on with the men, with the women. I've never seen him hit any of the women other than Velvet. I've always seen him hit her. Other than that, he's come close to wanting to hit me. But I feel like, well, he said it. He wouldn't hit me because he said he felt like he would get fucked up if he hit me.
And he better.
So he's just done the same thing that he would do with the men, like get in my face, scream down on me, but he's never hit me. Nah.
Okay, when you seen him hit Velvet, what happened? Was this more than one occasion? And if
this
so,
was with her. It's on more than I was their wife at a time at one point in time, and it was so often to the point that I started thinking like this was like their foreplay. Like I was kind of confused about what was going on because they would like get into a fight. He, put hands on her, and then they would have sex afterwards. And I'm like, after the third or fourth time, I'm confused, and I'm like, and I actually asked him. I'm like, okay, so is this like a foreplay thing? Because I'm not rocking with this shit. Like I don't like this. This is weird. Right. This is not healthy. Right. Like I don't like it. So then he didn't answer me. Of course, he just kind of slid that to the left. I would say one of the scenarios that two scenarios that traumatized me the most would be, I'm gonna say the one that everybody knows about when she cut off her hair. She he was saying that there was energy felt between. He said he was feeling energy with you all while, but she swung on him. And she had the baby in her hand. And once he grabbed the baby, he just started going to work on her with his free hand. And I grabbed the baby and, proceeded to leave the scene because I didn't want the baby around that shit. Now, right. the second most traumatizing time would be when she was like, I would say she was probably like 7 months pregnant. I was their wife at this time. They had got into it really bad. And I just remember him grabbing her by her, like he punched her in the face and then he grabbed her by her head, and I just remember him flinging her across the room, and I was terrified because she's 7 months fucking pregnant at this time, and I just remember being so scared that because he was really like the way that he was wilding out, like he was like infuriated, he was pissed. And I just remember grabbing her and like putting her on the ground, like telling her just kneel. Cause he's screaming, he's like, if you know who the fuck I was, you will be on your fucking knees. Like he's just like going off. He's going off, and I just remember just grabbing her and like, get on your fucking knees and just stop. Like stop. Cause you're gonna fucking die if you don't stop. So those were like the two most serious times that I've seen anything. But other than that, like, he'll handle her in private.
Right. Now, that's ridiculous. And I'm glad you didn't have to go through anything like that and experience anything like that. But you listen, even when I was grilling him, I said, I was calling you Joy, but I said, Joy gonna be the one. I said, so she gonna be the one. But I'm glad you didn't have to go through anything like that. Mm. Okay, now I want to talk about public shaming sexually. So I've seen Nature Boy do it to not only you, but other women, where he will get you on live and then say something that's just ridiculously inappropriate. For example, not you, but I've seen him tell another woman like, oh, the head was good. And then I think it was Efru, he said something about her vagina. And I just want to know if he's shaming women like this and on a live, is he doing worse in private?
No, it's about the same. He does the same thing. So he'll say the same thing. He'll be explicit. He doesn't really hold
back. Do you think he does? Because I know y'all ain't telling him to do that. So do you think he does this as like a hazing tactic or like a shame, like a public shaming tactic to try to keep
I feel like sometimes it is, and I feel like it's also to get at the men, like to fuck with the men, because he passes them back to these men, and a lot of times the most I've seen it done is when they're in the relationships with the other men. And he'd be like, I really miss how she did that. Or like, yeah. Right. Shiva got that tight pussy, but she wet. True, you know what I mean? It would be like stuff like that. I feel like it's really to fuck with the men's heads and to keep them not trusting their women and, shit like that.
Right. So have the men ever stood up to him? Or at least have they ever said,
absolutely not.
Hey?
Absolutely not.
Why do you think they haven't stood up? Was it you? Well, I don't.
You can literally see the fear. You can literally see the fear in the men. Like literally, when he's screaming down on them, you can see the fear like all over their body, in their face, like in their. It's you can see the fear. No one speaks up. No.
And I want to go off on a tangent and say this, right? This is why the emasculation of black men is so important to touch on. Because when you got a weak nigga like Nature Boy is not a factor. Like, Nature Boy is not a factor. Like, and I'm not glorifying street life. Buffalo is considered the most dangerous city in the entire New York state. I'm not downing nobody. I'm not downing New York. Man, go look it up. They say
I've been to Buffalo.
Dangerous. Yeah, they say we the most. If Nature Boy was in Buffalo moving like that, it would not be no more Nature Boy. And so my thing is, what we see Nature Boy doing to these men, it's a pattern. What's the pattern? All of these men are either bisexual or have homosexual tendencies. And so now they can be ruled by a weak nigga. So if we let the motherfucking media and the government feminize all black men in every community, what Nature Boy is doing to them niggas will be done to all y'all, not me, but almost y'all niggas, because you're not gonna have no bass in your chest. And so this is why the emasculation agenda is so important. And this is why I go so hard. Because if a Nature Boy is not smart, he's just a manipulator and a bully, but he picks the right people to bully. If Nature Boy can do this on the scale he's doing it, imagine what a nation could do. Imagine what another country could do. And so this is why we must stop the effeminization of black men, because it's open season on our women. If Nature Boy could beat up a 7-month pregnant woman and fling her across the room, and don't none of these niggas catch a homicide that day, what does that say to black women if black men are trying to compete with them for feminine energy? And so we got to stop that. But continuing on.
I want to add on to that.
Go right ahead.
I just want the men to pay attention there too. This is why he tells y'all that you don't have to work out and that you don't have to do anything. Keeps your testosterone very low. When you're not, if you're not moving, you're not mobile, your testosterone becomes low. So I want you to pay attention to that as well. That's it.
Wow, so he tells the men not to work out.
Yeah, he tells them that that's their natural frame to be that small, which it is. If you're eating one meal a day, that is going to be your natural frame. Right. If you're eating one meal a day and you're not working out, that is definitely going to be your natural frame. Now, if you're working out and you're eating 3 meals a day, that will also be your natural frame. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. Let's continue on.
I'm gonna grab my charger.
Go ahead. Go do whatever you gotta do. I'm not going nowhere. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm loving this interview. I appreciate this platform. I'm going to tell y'all again, listen, if y'all coming from my neck of the woods and y'all follow this queen, do not follow her to troll or keep asking her to relive any experiences. She's a beautiful mother now. Only follow to support her current journey in life. I'm going to make if it's in her will, we could be friends. I will support her current journey in life. If it's in her will. And we're not here for that. Like I said, I'm not here to stop telling me what he's saying. I don't care. I'm not about to. I'm doing this so that people can stop getting caught up in these cults and we can see the signs. Because believe it or not, some of y'all niggas can't see the signs even though it's right there in your face. And so, you straight.
All right, y'all. If you haven't picked up your copy of Greatness is a Habit, authored by Aaron Dixon, otherwise known as True. Many of you know him as True. He is an ex-Carbonation member, and he's authored this amazing read. If you are interested in self-development and growth, this book is a good one for you. It's available on Apple Books for $1, guys. I got my copy, and I love this book.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. We're good.
Okay. I asked you, has Nature Boy... Oh, no, I didn't. Has Nature Boy ever pressured any of the women into having sex with him?
I can just speak on my behalf. It was actually something that I actually never wanted to talk about. I felt embarrassed by it Cause at that time I really saw how insecure I was within myself. My first night there, after that grilling all night, he's like, he wants to have sex with me, and I'm like, no, I don't want to have sex with you. Like, after you just did all that, no, I don't want to have sex with you. And in that moment, after that, he's just like, man, you ain't shit. Like, he starts talking down on me, and he's just like, I don't fuck with you. Like, you might as well not even be my wife. You're not here. And then I just broke. I was like, okay, yeah, like, we can, you know what I mean? We can have sex, fine. So I could say that was the only time that I personally saw him. I'm not sure with any of the other women.
Right. That's ridiculous. And that's what people out here doing. Energy vampires, parasites. It's like, because and I'm not making fun of him, even though I can't stand him. I'm not making fun of him. What he went through as a kid, now he puts other people through that. He tries to keep people in a child-like mentality, and then he want to break you down, and then utilize you physically for his benefit, because that's what he went through. And so this is why mental illness is an important topic that we need to speak about in our community. Here's another question for you, right? You may or may not know. I busted Nature Boy out for talking to a 16-year-old on WhatsApp. Busted him out, and I did an interview with her. Now, besides her, right, have you ever seen, or have you ever had any indication that Nature Boy either talks to minors or tries to groom them to come over to Carbon Nation?
No, I would say no to that. I feel like he really tries to stay away from, like, people that he knows that are underage, until he'll be like, just keep watching until you do your bid, until you're old enough to actually join or become a part of Carbon Nation.
Okay, that's cool. I'm crossing this question out because I don't want to ask you that. I believe there was an incident where True and Sheba were having a confrontation in the background of one of Carbon Nation's chat sessions, and Nature Boy, he called for everybody to become present because the audience was able to hear that confrontation. And so, if you can recall the incident that I'm talking about, was True actually putting his hands on Sheba in the background? In the background of this particular incident?
He's put his hands on her before. I don't know which particular incident you're talking about, but yeah, he's done that before. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, outside of Nature Boy putting his hands on the women, and you saying that he gives people a green light indirectly to put his hands on the women through his teachings and his rants, what all men have you seen put their hands on the women, and who were they, if you can identify them? You ain't even got to go into detail about each story, but you can say this person did that person did that.
I mean, yeah, Chief put his hands on Nana, True put his hands on Sheba, New put his hands on me.
Okay, so they just team woman beater over there. That's ridiculous. Like I said, I apologize you had to go through that, and I apologize as predatory niggas out here doing shit like that. As far as Velvet, right? Has Velvet ever vindictively used Nature Boy to attack the other members, whether it be physically, psychologically, or whatever?
I would say, I could say yes to that, in the sense of, like, she may, like, act a certain type of way towards him, so he'll treat the other women certain types of ways, even if they're, like, in a relationship or not in a relationship. So I could say yes to that.
Okay. Has Velvet ever gotten into any confrontations with anyone over there besides Nature Boy?
Yeah, she's gotten into confrontations with, like, I would say every woman there. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The reason I asked you that is because I wanted to know, is Velvet a pawn in Nature Boy's game, or is she on the same type of time Nature Boy on? For example,
I would definitely say that she's on the same wave as Nature Boy.
Okay.
I peeped that when I first got there, and that's why I like, she plays the same little charming and manipulative game that he does to get you, like, on her good graces. But as soon as she doesn't like something that you do, or she'll quickly turn on your ass, like very quickly. She's on the same wave as him. Literally, she's back there because it's easier for her.
Okay. I have to jump into another subject matter I brought up, right? You don't even have to speak on yourself personally. STD. Has Nature Boy ever admitted or gave any indication to any STDs that we already heard about herpes? We've heard about, him allegedly sleeping with somebody that HIV and not okay.
No.
I'm about to say I had to bring it up. It's a part of the interview. I had to bring it up.
No, it's cool, it's cool.
What other questions do I got? Because we almost can conclude this. I've heard Nature Boy say this. Maybe you were or were not over there at the time. Has Nature Boy, to your knowledge, ever made any of the members drink his semen as a download?
No, I feel like that was all a game just to fuck with the men. That was when he had took all the women as his wives again, and he was telling everybody, like, okay, they can receive my downloads. This is how they're going to receive my downloads. And, the men are in resistance to this, but not speaking up about it. And so he could feel the resistance. So then he was like, y'all should be drinking, like, y'all should be one of my downloads too. Y'all should be trying to find out a way that you can get it. He was just like, you should be trying to take my semen too. And, Tron is like, hell no. He like, no, I'm not with that shit. We can get it like some other type of way. Pisces like, I'm down with the shit. It's like, I'm cool with it. Like, yeah, like,
Pisces,
but I feel like that was just all a mind fuck to fuck with the men, just to get them off his back for taking the other women there. Yeah.
Okay, so Pisces was willing to drink this nigga nut.
Yeah, he was cool with it. He was cool. He was with the shits. He like, so nigga, and information.
Woo! Gotta get your protein, nigga. Pisces. Gotta get your protein. All right, let me keep. I'm trying to stay professional here. What happened right before Mama Dia passed away? Did Mama Dia ever give?
I wasn't there with Mama Dia.
Okay, we can skip that whole section then. We can skip that whole section. Oh, one more thing I want to ask you. Nature Boy, which we have on tape, because I don't want you to think I'm making stuff up. I'm not saying you, but just for the people watching. Nature Boy said at one point in time, his daughter may potentially be his next wife. Has Nature Boy ever given you any kind of pedophile vibes? Because they say right now he just did a live dancing with his daughter, and he had a hard on. Now I didn't see that, so I can't say it's true. So I'm not.
Yeah, I haven't seen that video. I actually didn't hear him make that comment. I heard him make the comment here.
Handle your business. Handle your business. We be here. We ain't gonna handle your business. Handle your business.
Hold on, let me get it. You got her?
I know you just want your mama. Okay? But you got TT.
Okay. You got her?
Can you hear me?
Huh?
You can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Okay, y'all let us know if y'all can hear us in the chat. Because it wasn't no sound, but I think it's sound now. So let me make sure y'all can hear. Let me make sure y'all can hear. All right, boom, it's sound. Damn, where was I at? Okay, I was right here. You straight? You fine?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. I'm gonna try to speed this up so you can go be the beautiful mother that you are, and I'm not gonna try to hold you up any longer.
I'm thankful.
Where was I at? Okay, 1 second. Let me come back to where I was. Okay. Okay, you wasn't there for Mama Dia.
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
Okay. Does Nature, we know he don't read. We know that. We know he don't read. Does Nature Boy watch other YouTubers and regurgitate them? Because I caught Nature Boy. I know he watches me and steals everything I say and try to regurgitate it. But we caught Nature Boy. He accidentally showed his search history on YouTube, and he was watching videos on how to manipulate women. And
really?
He had a playlist. He had all my videos in a playlist. And then he had another video on how to manipulate women. For example, you know the little Carbonation University thing they do?
Right.
He stole that from me. I've been doing Young Pharaoh University since 2016.
Oh.
Yeah,
right.
So he if you go on the internet right now and type in youngpharaoh.net, it's going to say, welcome to Young Pharaoh University. Now, I don't know if you ever seen, but when I do the little videos on my whiteboard and I do the YPUs, and I be like, people tell me, welcome to another Young Pharaoh University. So he stole my whole swag. But my question is, have you ever, does Nature Boy watch YouTube videos and then regurgitate what he sees? Or maybe you may or may not know.
I would. Okay, so I personally didn't know until I got a hint of it when he came out with one video when it was like, what's the difference between, what is a soul? I think that was the live that I kind of I felt like I peeped something, but I wasn't sure. It was KRS-One. A video actually had popped up on my YouTube feed after that live of KRS-One's video. And it was he was talking about what is a soul. So I was like, and he did his video first, and I was like,
Nature Boy came with his.
Right, a couple days after that. So I was like, okay, that was kind of sketchy. But I was like, maybe they just not talking about the same thing, and he just, got inspired to give his version of what he believes what is a soul is, and that. And he has his watch. He at one point he had us watch. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's a very bland guy. He's light skinned. He kind of sits there and he talks like this. I can't remember his name, but he had us watch them, and he asked us how we thought about his teachings and what we felt about him. What was our views on him?
Right. What are some of the most extreme measures that you've seen people take over there to prove their loyalty to Nature Boy?
Leaving their children. I feel like that is one of the most extreme measures that they'll take to prove their loyalty. I would say, for example, what happened to me in Nicaragua when they were all throwing me out the house to prove their loyalty. They had no idea what happened. They had no idea what happened before they were given that order. They just went along with it, and because Chief gave the order. Leaving your children in that scenario, I would just say, whatever they feel will please him in a moment, they'll go with it.
Wow. Are there any members over there that you feel would probably put their life on the line for Nature Boy? How far do you think the brainwashing is? Do you think it's somebody
that they would put their life on the line?
Yes, for Nature Boy.
I don't feel like they really would. I feel like they would. I feel like they would push themselves to get to that point, though, just to prove that they will do it for him if it came down to it. I feel like they would really try their hardest to do that.
Okay. What are some of the most extreme punishments? What's the top 3 extreme punishments you would say you see Nature Boy use to discipline his members?
He kind of uses the same ones. He would, just the ridiculing for hours in front of everybody. That's the main one. Kicking you out. That's an extreme one. And recently he put Loyal in a closet for 3 days. That was his jail time. Yeah, I came back after that one, and I was astonished that everybody was okay with him being in a closet for fucking 3 days, and that he even went along with that bullshit. So
he ain't even. So did he eat? Did he go to the bathroom in the closet?
I wasn't there for this one. They told me that, you know, he had just pretty much gotten out of the closet maybe like a couple days prior to me getting there. So I'm not sure of how his schedule was. I'm sure they fed him. I'm sure they let him go to the bathroom, but his day was spent in the closet like prison. So
that's a damn shame. And a prison cell is bigger than a closet. So
that's what, yeah.
A prison, trust me, I've been there. That's ridiculous, but like I said, I'm gonna keep it pushing. Are there any concerns that you may have that children in Carbon Nation may be maybe malnourished?
I would say no. I would say Eliana, I think her baby's fine. She's gonna make sure that she's eating, she's good. I would say on the other hand, Sheba's baby, I would say it could be a possibility because I didn't know this until after when I got back. Sheba actually told me that their blood sugar levels were low after they had their baby. She was telling me that the malnourishment, they ran tests on them after they had their baby, and she was telling me that they're pretty much malnourished. That's what she told me. So yeah, I could definitely, yeah.
Okay. Next question is, how do you know if Nature Boy or anybody over there does any drugs or any substances that will alter their state? I'm not.
No, they don't.
Like, okay, cool.
No, no drugs.
All right. Would you consider when Nature Boy drinks, does he get violent? What's his personality like?
No, he doesn't get violent. I can tell you when he doesn't even get like really drunk. He may even pretend to be drunk just to see how you would act. He kind of just if he starts getting really like if you can tell that he actually is a little drunk, he'll just go on rants, and that's what you'll see online when he'll go on those long rants all night and everybody's awake just around him watching him rant. Yeah, but that's how he gets rant.
Okay, do you believe Nature Boy is mentally stable?
I feel like he is mentally unstable in the sense that the way he manipulates and uses people. I feel like that's mentally unstable. I feel like he has very good control though, because you know he can definitely control himself to make sure that a scenario plays out in his favor. But yeah, I think he's crazy. Yes.
Right. I agree. One time I was getting on Nature Boy on the internet and he broke down crying on live.
That was bullshit.
Oh, he was faking.
That was bullshit. And I've seen him do that like maybe on 2 occasions where he'll just pretend to cry. And he actually laughed after that live. After he broke down crying, he was just like, you know what? Fuck it. If I end up getting in trouble, fuck it. I'm crazy. Like, he plans this shit out in his mind before anything happens. And if all else fails, he will play that he's crazy and so nothing will happen to him.
Okay. So he basically he knows how to manipulate his audience.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I promise you we at the end of this. I just don't want to ask you because some of this you didn't answer it already, so I'm just skipping through.
No worries.
Do you feel that Nature Boy purposely turned Nubian against you since you no longer wanted to be there? Because I'm asking you this because I wanted to be there. Because I'm asking you this because because I just seen a
He'll always do that. Always. He'll, even while I was there, he would do little things to turn Nubian against me. Or if he felt me pulling away from Carbonation, he would, start playing on Nubian's insecurities or his soft spots. He'll like if he feels me pulling away, he'll be like, okay, he'll start calling Nubian his son or be like, man, you look like you could be my son. He'll say stuff like that. Or he'll be like, man, I think you're a great leader. He'll try and feed his ego in some type of way that keeps him like, yeah, Chief is proud of me. I'm doing the right thing. Chief really fucking with me. And that's something that you will really hear. And, he will always try to turn, After the car accident, he turned him against me. In that moment of me comforting him, he literally flipped the whole scenario to the point where Nubian didn't even want me to touch him after he was just crying in my arms. Wow. Yeah, so he does that a lot. He'll turn people against each other in order to keep control, in order to keep your focus from leaving. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell the people. I'm gonna tell the people why I asked that question, because once again, I must iterate. I don't care about that nigga at all. He's been blocked. He's gonna stay blocked. This is to spread awareness so that y'all can see some of the tactics people use, and you can see the warning signs before you get yourself in a dangerous situation. Anybody who's willing to break up a home, okay? I'm not gonna speak on Nubian's other child. I'm gonna speak on this one. This what was potentially a home. Anybody who's willing to turn a mother and a father against each other is not thinking about the benefit of them raising their kid together. They're thinking about their own gratification. That is somebody you should worry about. Somebody who will put your alleged friendship or your membership with them above your duties and your principles as a father or a man to your woman. So these are warning signs. Another question I want to ask. I just seen a video of Nubian, and we can skip this if you want to skip it. You ain't got to talk about it.
No, we're good. We don't have to skip anything.
Okay, right. I just seen Nubian in a video today. I've seen it today, actually, where he wished death on you as well as, unfortunately, that beautiful child you have over there.
Really?
Yes. I'm not, listen, if I don't want you to ever think I'm making nothing up. I do not.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
Okay, do you believe this is how he truly feels, or do you believe that Nature Boy is influencing this type of behavior?
I feel like he does play into what he thinks Nature Boy wants him to see. I do feel like he possibly could feel that way. I don't wanna knock that and say that he doesn't feel that way. He was controlling too. You know, he used Nature Boy as a muse. So as you see, anytime he goes live now, what is he? He's saying the exact same things Nature Boy says. He's doing the same mannerism Nature Boy does. So, you know, I wouldn't put it past them, honestly. At this point, I wouldn't.
Okay. Couple more questions and we good.
Y'all make sure that y'all drop me a comment or smash the heck out of that like button. I'm trying to make sure that all of my re-uploads that I'm doing get back into the suggested videos on YouTube. So guys, it's very important. If you're still watching, go ahead and smash that like button.
Okay. Couple more questions and we good.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Have you ever seen Nature Boy keep this question is not only relevant to Velvet, but to any of the members. Have you ever seen Nature Boy keep Velvet or any of the other members out of contact with their family purposefully?
I'm glad you asked this question because I forgot about this. You know, he'll say that he won't keep you away from your family and that you can talk to your family whenever you want. Now, that may be true. Yes, you can talk to your family whenever you want, but if he sees you talking to your family, that is when you become a target. Because you're now talking to an outside source. He'll begin to question you. Why are you even talking to them? They don't really understand you anyway. I mean, like, if you're getting resources from them, then that's cool, but you shouldn't be talking to them. And he'll literally try and pick at you and get you to stop talking to them. Because he truly doesn't want you talking to your family unless you're getting money from them.
Okay. That's good to know. Glad I asked that question.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a passive-aggressive approach. Instead of him just saying, don't talk to your family, it's more like, you can talk to him, but then when you do it, he punishes you in alternative ways. Okay.
Right.
You mentioned earlier Nature Boy chastising people verbally for hours. What's the longest time Nature Boy has ever went on a rant trying to verbally abuse his members? What's the longest amount of time? An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours?
6 hours? Like, it could go on all day. It could go on all day, literally. If he doesn't want to stop, he's not going to stop. It can go on all day, and that's why a lot of people, you just kind of become numb, too. You just kind of like, it just kind of fades into the background to the point where you just You're just there.
It's
You're
like
just
living
there.
at home with an abusive parent. And after a while, it's just like, that's just what they do. Let me go to my room. That's crazy. And I know you said they don't, but I can't believe ain't one of them niggas. I would have at least been like, come on, nigga, it's 3 a.m, nigga. I'm going to sleep. Like,
yeah, I do that. You know, I got to the point where I just was like, no, I'm not showing up to, I'm not doing this. We're going to bed. Like, no. And then, you know, he did try and not make the meetings last as long once, you know, I started speaking out about it and not, you know, we're not getting sleep. We're not getting sleep at this point. We've been up. Okay, you know, we were up till 4 a.m. this night. Now we're up doing work, and now we're back up again till 4 a.m. Once it goes on for a couple of days, then, you know, he might ease up, you know, let the people sleep a little bit. But, you know, that's another way of control, too. You're tired all the fucking time. You're tired.
Right, so it's just like, I'm going to just submit to what you want me to do so I don't got to hear this because I'm drained on all levels. 2 more questions unless something pops in my mind. I only have 2 more questions for you. Have you ever seen Velvet get violent with any other members? Even if she didn't hit him, have you ever seen her suggest that it could lead to that? Or have you, what's the extreme?
I mean, I've heard her talk shit like, oh, like, girl, I would hit you, but like, no.
Okay.
Nah.
Are you currently being harassed by any members of the cult, or were you being harassed, while you were exiting that organization?
While I was exiting the organization?
While you were after you left, or now? Either time frame.
After I left, no, and that's why I was surprised that the video was they even put out a video. Nu didn't contact me at all. He didn't contact me about Nubia. When he had the opportunity, I actually reached out to him, and it was time for him to see Nubia. He did not contact me at all. If Nature Boy tells him, don't fuck with her, he not gonna fuck with me. And he just wished death upon me. So, nah. Yeah, that's
crazy. So that's crazy that somebody allows another man to influence them not to be a father to their kids.
Yeah.
But, that's unfortunate. They're apparently upset about this interview, which nobody cares.
I mean, come on now.
I'm just asking a question. I mean, I'm saying I have to ask you a question. So, because I want people to see behavior. Like I said, I'm not doing this to highlight them. BBC News did a whole documentary on these people. They're a cult. It's nobody cares. My thing is for people to see behavior. If Nubian, right, for whatever reason, because that's still the father of your child, so I'm gonna still respect that and watch the line I walk. But if Nubian is not influenced to reach out to you to be a father, or to at least say, hey, he did a video. This is before me and you even did this interview, wishing death on you and the child. Why do you feel that now, since you're doing an interview with me, we ain't wishing nothing negative on nobody, all you're doing is giving record of your experience. Why do you feel now they feel the need to go live and attack you now, or even bring you up?
Because I'm speaking out. That's what's gonna happen. So I can tell you the sequence of events that's gonna happen. They don't want anyone to speak anything negatively upon Carbonation at all. Even if everything is true that I'm saying, everything has happened, and it has happened. Every member that has left has told the truth about their experiences, but they don't want that. They don't want the truth out. They'll say it's just an insulator from the message. When it's a true experience, this is also the message. Morals are a part of the message, and they are breaking morals. They don't want me speaking out. They're going to try any way to break my character, to make me look crazy online. And that's also something that he did a lot of the time while he was recording Velvet all the time and showing her explode. A lot of times he would try and antagonize her to get to that point so he could have proof. He actually said that out his own mouth, because he was like, okay, so I'm gonna be good when she actually does leave. Ain't nobody gonna be fucking with me because she don't line wilding the fuck out. So they're gonna try any way they can to make me seem like I'm crazy, I'm mentally unstable, just so they can continue to get what they want from people. Whether that be money, whether that be a place to stay, whether that be a car, anything, resources.
Right. They don't want the evil that they do to be known because it could potentially deter new victims, aka members.
Exactly. Yeah.
Somebody told me to ask this question. I personally don't know. You may not know. Apparently, there was a woman named Sunny that Nature Boy asked to leave the cult because she refused to jump off of a cliff or some kind of high story when she was 7 months pregnant.
So Suzette, Sunny, yeah, it wasn't like a cliff or anything. It was a rock. It was.
Y'all, I have been searching the internet for Sunny C. This girl that they're talking about, I have been looking high and low. If anybody knows where to find Sunny C, DM me on IG. Y'all know my IG is the same as it is here, and it's just Medea 2021 _. So Medea 2021 _ on IG.
It wasn't like a cliff or anything. It was a rock. It was like he was like everybody was jumping off the rock. She didn't want to jump off the rock, and so he was trying to figure out why was she so afraid to jump in the water, because it wasn't like a high thing, and he was saying that it was like a mental blockage. But after that, he didn't make her leave. After that, actually, he was just like, you know what, it is what it is. Like, he kind of just put it off to the side. But after 3-hour meeting, she had then become like shunned by everybody there. Nobody would talk to her. I was still talking to her, of course, and she's like asking me like, how do I get back and get grace with everybody? I'm giving her like ideas of like, I'm giving her information like how she can like, stay and like get it like, get her shit back together. But then after a certain point, after I seen how Pice responded to how he would like leave her and just abandon her, I just stopped trying to help her at that point, and I was just like, nah, go home. I had planned to leave after I was already in contact with people leaving. So at that point, I stopped helping her trying to stay, and I was one of the people that pushed her to leave.
Right.
And I left after that.
So why would he tell her to jump off a rock or jump off anything with her being pregnant?
I mean, we go to that's what we went to the waterfall. So that's why, honestly, I was there. That I didn't understand it either. It wasn't like it literally, it was like jumping to the water. It's not like you jumping off a cliff, you jumping off a waterfall. Right. It's literally like if you stuck your foot out, you could tap the water with your foot. And so he was literally trying to figure out why she was afraid to get into the water.
Okay. This was a beautiful interview. Like I said, I'm not going to hold you. You're a beautiful mother. I appreciate you for even giving me this interview and allowing me on your platform. Everybody who's from my platform who may be familiar with the situation, I've did my due diligence in taking Carbonation down before, particularly Nature Boy. So I'm gonna say this: if y'all decide to follow this queen after this interview, leave her alone. Let her evolve with her life. If it's not supportive, if you ain't got nothing if you ain't doing what I'm about to do, which is ask when is a birthday or something, so you.
All right, y'all, go ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
To send something. If you ain't gonna do that, leave this woman alone. Do not get to asking her 1,000 questions, because for some of y'all, us on the internet is entertainment, and I have to remind you all the time, this is our real lives. This is somebody's real loved one, somebody's real family member. So everything is not entertainment. And she did not have to give me this interview. I believe on one of your lives you stated that this was the last day you would speak on this, and that's what even made me ask you for the interview, because I said, you know what, let me go ahead and do this for the people real quick before this woman fully goes on her path. And as you go on your path, I'm gonna slide you my number in your DM. I'm just telling you publicly, so don't everybody think I'm trying nothing or nothing like that.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide you my number. Brother to sister, if you need anything from me, I'm a call away. Your business is safe with me. You don't have to have me in it, but I'm letting you know you have an ally with me. Let me know a birthday or something. Let me know something's going on today. All right. So I can send my love. Give me a cash app or something. And put this shit behind you. As you already know, you strong-minded, you smart. I don't got to tell you nothing. But put this shit behind you. As we both know, they're going to attack. They're going to troll. They're going to do what they do. Let them become a thing of the past and go live the beautiful life that you have the chance to live. And I appreciate you for this interview. I support you. I'm going to send you my number when I get off. That's my message to everybody here. One more thing before I go. Do not slide in my DMs, y'all, telling me what this nigga is talking about. I promise you, I don't care. He gets no response from me. This interview is not to revive him or get to arguing with him on the internet. I'm tired of trolls. This video is to bring awareness. It's about to be summertime. It's about to be spring. These the type of niggas that's out here. These the type of niggas that's going to be at the high schools and sliding in your deep. They're going to be praying. And I'm not saying this queen, but they're going to be praying on people that don't have family support. And they're going to be praying on people that don't have a certain level of mental fortitude. And so this interview is just to show you, this woman didn't have to give us her experience. This interview is to show you the behavioral tendencies and patterns of people like this, so that you yourself can not only watch out for yourself, but you can watch out for your family members and your loved ones as the summer is finna return and all of these niggas is finna get on the internet acting conscious and they really is wicked niggas. And so that's the point of this interview. And if you have anything you want to say to me,
I want to say I'm thankful. I'm grateful that you came on, that you asked and you came on my platform and to speak and bring awareness to this, because this is real life, y'all. This is real life. It's people trying to get on their way to carbonation right now, trying to get to carbonation. It's tax season. They're willing to take anybody who has money. Do not donate to these people. If you want to donate to a fucking charity. Go give it to someone that actually needs help. Go donate it to your neighbor down the street to help them out with some groceries or something. Do not donate to carbonation. It's wicked over there. It's wicked. You know. That's
right. And that's you actually prompted me to ask a question. Mm-hmm. Does Nature Boy provide his own form of currency, or does he make his money off of his members or their loved ones or donations? Basically, is he generating his own wealth, or is he using everybody else around him to gain wealth?
He is using everybody else around him to gain wealth. If he comes into contact with somebody that he thinks has money or may have money, he'll be more prone to talk to you. He won't, like, for example, there was a member, he wasn't paying this nigga any mind. He was actually talking shit about this guy. And then when he found out he had a check, he was on the way within that same week. So like I said, he really won't want you to talk to your family unless you're getting money from your family. For example, Pice. He does not care that Pice talks to his mother because his mother sends him donations. If he knows you have money through your family, he will, be more prone to you talking to your family. If you have resources, you are a target for him.
Okay. To anybody who wants to get familiar, or you might just want to laugh, okay? About, this cult, you can go on YouTube. I have a personal page that I created called YP Instagram Live. Go on YouTube, type in YP Instagram Live, hit videos, scroll all the way down, and just go up. And you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, but you will be informed about Nature Boy. And like I say, I appreciate you for having me. I just text you my number in your DM. Shoot me a text so I can lock you in. I don't care what it is. It's between me and you. I'm telling you, it's between me and you. If you need me for anything, you let me know. It's between me and you. If the baby, how old is your child?
Just 5 months.
Okay, when 6 months get to approaching, let me know. I'ma send something. That's gonna be from brother to sister. So anything you need, if I could be of aid, I'm genuine. I'm not weird. I ain't trying to I'm a genuine friend. So you hit me up. I'm telling you that on live. So you got my word. Everybody hear me telling you on live, so you know I'm not capping. When you get ready to let me know in the DM, so everybody in your business, when you get to 6 months, when we coming on 6 months, let me know. If I can cash app you, send you something, whatever you need, let me know. And just I'm a phone call away. Even if you just need to say, nigga, I'm having a bad day, nigga, hear me out. I will hear you out.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video as well as my commentary. Please be sure to drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Guys, I want to give a warm welcome to all of my new subscribers. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the channel. To all of my OGs, my day ones, my ride or dies. Y'all already know what it is. Big up yourself. We in the building with it.